VRF Lite. In this video, I'm going to talk about VRF Lite and how we can configure VRF Lite and also how we can verify the VRF Lite. What is the VRF Lite? Let me to show you the VRF Lite and talking about the VRF Lite. The VRF, okay, is the abbreviation of the virtual routing and forwarding. Okay, also maybe in some books you see the VPN routing, okay, and forwarding, because VRF is using in the MPLS VPN. Because of that, maybe we can use VPN routing and forwarding, but in most cases we are using virtual routing and forwarding for VRF. Let me to talk about the VRF and the concept of VRF. You know that, for example, in a router we have a global routing table. For example, if this is a router, this is our router, okay? This router has some interfaces. And all of these interfaces, okay, are connected interfaces of this router. Okay, let me to show you. For example, we have in this router two interfaces. This is the first interface, the interface of serial 10, and also we have another interface, serial 11. Okay, two interface now exist in this router. Every interface can have an IP, has an IP address, and for example, the IP address of the serial 11 is 10.0.0.1/13 and or slash, for example, 24. And for example, the interface serial 11's IP address is 10.0.11/24. Now, if you check the routing table of this router with this command show IP route, you will see this routing table. In the routing table of this router, okay, we have two connected networks, first and then second. Two connected networks. The first connected network is for 10.0.0./24 connected to the serial 10, and also the second is 10, for example, 0.10/24 connected to serial 11. You know that you can't configure the same range in, for example, two interface of a router. Every interface should be addressed with a specific range, or for example, not overlapped IP address. Because of that, we have different ranges of subnets in the interface of a router. This is a normal router. VRF is a router. A VRF is a router inside of a router. What does this mean? Look at here. Assume that this is our router. We can configure this router to multiple routers. We can divide these routers to multiple routers. Let me to show you. This is the same topic and it's similar to the, for example, VLAN in the switch. Assume that this is the router, global router. Let me to show you. This is the router, and in this router now we have, we can configure a smaller router, router 1 and router 2. And now, for example, we can call these routers VRFs, means virtual router or virtual router and forwarder. Okay, and because of that, for example, this is the first VRF A or VRF 1. Okay, it's not different. This is the name of the VRF, and this is the, for example, VRF B. You can configure the VRF, many VRFs in a router, and if the serial 10 connected to the, for example, VRF A, this means that serial 10 now is connected to different router that the serial 11's connected router. Okay, here we have two router, VRF A and VRF B, and because of that you can configure both interfaces with this in the same range of IP address or same IP address also. Okay, because as you can see here, we have two routers. Yes, we have a pack, and that is the global router. But as you can see here, and these interfaces now is connected to different routers, VRFA and VRFB. If you want to see the routing table of the VRFA, you should use show IP route, okay, VRFA. Means please show me the routing table of VRFA. And now in VRFA only we have one route. Okay, and also if you want to see the routing table of VRFB, you can use the show IP route VRFB, and again we have the same route in the routing table of VRFB.